All right, this is the part where I make up the whole entire intro. Okay, how many bad pasta puns do you think you could come up with in 60 seconds?
I'm drunk, so the sky's the limit, really.
My terrible one was going to be that I'm starting an Italian R&B group called Rigatoni Tony Tony.
Not a reggaeton group?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
All right.
Rigatoni group? Yes, possibly. And our lead singer is an Italian basketball player by the name of Penny Hardaway.
As a part Italian, I don't condone any of this, by the way. But as a part Black, Black History Month.
Hey, we're doing it for the culture. Oh wait, hold on, this is coming out in March. Shit, what is March?
Oh, Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
I have a vagina.
There we go. Today we are making Rasta shrimp pasta. It is a creamy pasta sauce with jerk Caribbean flavors. And I am joined by Tanea Ree, who is already tipsy.
I'm not. Do I look it? Am I flush right now?
We're gonna have a good time. We actually did just finish a Black History stream a few days ago. We had a good time. We started talking about cooking, and we're just like, fuck it, let's keep the party going. So this is going to come together really easily. Like, I've done a similar recipe before. It was a Cajun shrimp and a creamy sauce pasta. We're just adding Caribbean flavors to it. And I'm filling my shots because I'm sweating.
Can I just say I love Caribbean food. I absolutely am obsessed with it. And I'm excited to taste Jamaica, you know, like Stella.
You told me before this that you do not want to touch sharp things because
I'm tipsy.
You're tipsy, okay. So what I'm gonna do is make us a drink and then we can swap. So this is gonna be a Jamaican rum. Very easy to put together. We're missing some ingredients. We had some grenadine.
May or may not have been expired by a year.
And so we're gonna go in with 1.5 ounces of a silver rum, 1.5 ounces of a dark rum.
Yeah.
Again, Black History Month.
The darker the better,
oh, yeah.
I always say.
Yep.
It's my search history.
I told you, I already knew what I was getting into. I already knew. This is why everybody, no, I was waiting for a follow-up. Listen, I said all my filth in the stream the other day. We're going with 2 ounces of orange juice. I said all my filth in the stream.
Yeah, so we don't get the scurvy.
That's right.
Gotta get that vitamin C.
And pineapple juice.
Makes it nice and sweet.
We're gonna bring this together with some ice.
Oh. Does ice really congeal the products together really good?
I just like it chilled.
Oh, okay.
I like all my beverages
I've never
chilled.
shaken with ice before, but I hear it's the better option.
Well, the idea is you don't want to shake it too much because then it waters everything down. So it's really just like 5 shakes, and then you're good to go. I want to make sure.
That was like 2.
Was it? I wasn't counting.
Okay, so this is gonna be really strong, is what you're telling me.
Maybe.
Okay. I already had 2 shots.
It is going to be strong because I have to top it with one more thing.
Oh, what is that?
It's going to be a little Prosecco.
Oh, that's smart.
A little sparkling wine just to give it some sparkliness.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's sip on this.
And now we're about to see if we can get this through this recipe. So I'm going to get over here and hop on the vegetables. So I've just got some water here. This is for the noodles. Again, my rule with boiling pasta is it needs to be as salty as the ocean. So go heavy on the kosher salt. Yes. And you can tell everybody about your cooking show. Oh,
so yes, I have a cooking show where I will be interviewing people on my stream, part of my community. I'm asking what their favorite childhood meals are and making that for them as we chat about their childhood trauma and how to deal with it. Because apparently my psychology classes came in handy here.
Oh, you're a psychology major?
No.
Oh, I say so. I was like, oh, you just fucking people's heads.
No, I'm not qualified to be giving anybody advice. I just have, you know, a lot of trauma and I go to therapy, so it helps.
And you know what? It's still Big Black History Month. We need to go to therapy more.
Yeah. Everyone can benefit from therapy. I was always told though, as this is like big in the Black community, to always have a stigma towards any doctors. So I was always told, oh, don't trust therapists, don't trust psychologists. And I'm like, honestly, if I'd started sooner, I think it would have been better, but better late than never.
Like when you say sooner, like how much sooner?
As soon as possible.
Like out the womb?
Probably, because you start tallying up all the times you didn't go and it's like, oh yeah, we should have Okay, one by one, let's tackle generational trauma. Let's tackle recent traumas, you know, and it's just like an add-on. It's like a DLC of trauma.
All right, so we've got half of red bell pepper, half of an orange bell pepper. You can use half of a regular onion. I like shallots. They're fancy.
Yeah,
they feel fancy.
Shallot is good.
So we're gonna go with the shallot. And I'm not gonna dice
What's the difference
these.
between like regular shallots and onions? Just the color, I'm guessing?
Or
they don't make you cry?
These definitely don't make you cry. Like I looked it up the other day because I love shallots more than anything else. I feel like shallots are like the best of all worlds. As far as like you can eat them raw, you can cook with them.
The Hannah Montana of
yes.
onions.
But I do love shallots. Anytime I can cook with them. Anytime it says an onion, I'm just like shallot.
I like them, I like to put them in the broiler and just have them get like extra crispy.
Oh, have you ever like fried them?
Ooh, no.
Just put them in some oil and just let them get crispy?
Ooh, I like the way you're talking.
That's the way.
Have you ever had fried kale?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
So good. Yeah, my favorite thing is to take healthy things and then to just make them very unhealthy.
And I was just about to say, like, I always thought of kale as like the healthiest thing, but now that you've made it unhealthy, I'm interested. Because I typically don't like kale. I hate kale Caesar salads, and I hate when people put kale in their collard greens. Like, no.
Damn. I make my collard greens with kale, but you can't really tell the difference. It's easier to clean. It's easier to clean than.
You hear that judgment?
Wow.
It is easy to clean, but it ain't real
collards.
Yeah, it ain't real collards.
Serving mixed greens. Don't call it collards. Yeah. He's got greens.
All right, I've got these two shallots, and now you can do them in strips if you want to. I'm just gonna just do them.
A fancy sushi knife.
Straight down, like thus. Oh, almost lost one. All right, we've got our shallots cut, and we just need
I'm impressed that you've already had sake and 2 shots, and now you're drinking more.
Yeah, I unfortunately am a heavyweight when it comes to the drinking, which is why I started this show. And for those of you who don't know, I shot an episode of Poor Choices earlier today where I drank like half a bottle of sake. And so now I'm here drinking Jamaican rum punch.
It's so good.
And so for our garlic, yes, I'm using pre-peeled garlic. And so I'm gonna use about 3 cloves of garlic for this recipe. And I'm just mincing it up. I absolutely could run this through my garlic press, but I don't feel like doing more dishes later.
That's fair.
And what I should have been doing, but I jumped right into the vegetables, is I should have been marinating. Oh, you can do that. You can marinate the shrimp.
Okay.
There we go. So we're gonna take that out. So we got large shrimp. I tried to find the jumbo ones, but
is it D?
It is deveined, but it's still got the ass on.
Oh, okay.
We want the ass on our shrimp. So we've got a pound of large shrimp here, and we're just gonna pop them into that bowl.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take about a tablespoon or so of some jerk seasoning. So we can hold that up to the camera quick. So this is a mild one.
Oh, it smells so good.
It comes in spicy, and I've done this with spicy. And when I say it's spicy, it is very, very spicy. So we're going with the mild.
A little extra spicy.
It's all right. I was probably gonna say 2 tablespoons anyways. And then I'm gonna reach in here.
Yeah, you know.
Normally I do things by eyeballing it, but I don't have to throw out numbers. And then we're just gonna
I do things by smelling it.
I've done that before. I do that like with vegetables. I'm like, yes, that feels like it's cooked.
Yeah. Like if I can smell it, I'm like, all right, that's enough seasoning. Probably not good for diabetes, but yeah.
And this is a good, like, you can just go with just the Walkers alone, or you can put like a green seasoning on it. I didn't think that. You can put more jerk seasoning. I know a lot of people, in fact, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add some Old Bay to this.
Oh, I love Old Bay.
So we're gonna throw about a tablespoon of Old Bay on this.
Okay.
And you could do Old Bay, you could do Sazon, you could do just an all-purpose seasoning. Just a couple of things. And also, if you want to, you can put olive oil on this. If you're not going with the Walkers, it's really just getting jerk seasoning and flavor onto our protein.
The Old Bay though, the reason why I love Baltimore is Old Bay. Thank you, shout out to Baltimore for making Old Bay. It is the best seasoning.
And so we're gonna just give this like 10 minutes, which is perfect because we're still waiting for our water to heat up, because what we really wanna do is time it so everything's kind of finishing at the same time. We're gonna cook our pasta till just almost al dente, and then we're gonna finish it cooking into our pasta sauce, which is gonna come together really fast. So
I'm watching someone, by the way, on the screen, they have their ass crack out.
Oh yes, we're watching Naked and Afraid. Naked and Afraid actually is always on in the background of these episodes. It's crazy.
To get us in the hungry mood.
Yep,
you know?
yep, and turn us all the way on.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hi. Hello. Welcome back. It's been 10 minutes. We've continued to be drinking. And I feel like in 10 minutes we've talked about a lot of shit.
We did.
Yes. So we got the water boiling here. And again, the trick is to time this where everything finishes at the same time. And what's gonna help with that is a nice cast iron pan that has seen better days, and I really need to work.
You gotta oil that down. I gotta oil this
shit down. But it's just character into our food. It's still safe to eat. And I've got this going over a high heat because I want our shrimp to cook super fast. I want to get a good sear on it, and I want it to be done within like 2 to 3 minutes total. So we're gonna try to do like a minute and a half each side. And I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it with a little bit of avocado oil. And that's the beauty of using cast iron, is that it retains heat so well. And again, you want a high heat. So if you are on a stovetop, pop that bitch to high.
Yeah, I gotta get more avocado oil. That was the one that went the quickest. I have like literally every type of oil except truffle oil. I have like olive oil, I got the sesame oil, I got the
grapeseed oil,
vegetable, grapeseed oil, like anything for whatever I want to cook specifically, but my favorite is olive oil.
Oh yeah. Get you a good quality, like spend the money on a good quality olive oil.
One thing I realized in shopping for seasonings is that you have to actually look at the back, because a lot of them aren't just what it is. You know, I was just trying to buy smoked paprika, and it was like all this other stuff in there, and I'm like, no, where's the paprika? Like, why isn't it just paprika?
Because isn't paprika it's just bell pepper, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But it had like all this other shit in there, and I'm like, oh no.
What we want to do is make sure everything's touching the pan, because we want everything to cook evenly.
Oh, that smells amazing already.
Yeah, and this is just the Old Bay and the Walkers.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna set a timer literally just for a minute, and then we're gonna flip them all over.
Oh. Smells like Baltimore in here.
Which, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned, like, you're not just a content creator or just a random person. I know you are a Twitch streamer.
I do stream on Twitch. Oh, god damn.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, yeah, I did producing at G4, and we did very silly shows. And right now I've mostly been trying out comedy jokes on Twitter, and not getting work because of them. Specifically Disney is like, we're not touching it.
I believe our shrimp is good, so I'm gonna take it out. Again, we don't need to cook these all the way through because they're gonna go back in. But we just want them to, and that's the only kind of downside. This is the rest of this episode is gonna be us coughing. The only real downside to this particular type of Walker seasoning is it's hard to see the shrimp. So you really gotta have like a hot pan is kind of go off of time. But I can tell because they're curling up a lot more that they're good to go.
Super curly.
That just kind of comes from the experience. But if you're new to shrimp, you definitely don't want to overcook it. Sorry, Lewis. And so now we have all this fond at the bottom. And if you've been watching this channel, you know I'm fond of fond, which is all those burnt bits. And so what we're going to do real quick is just throw...
Apple cider vinegar?
No.
Oh.
A little bit more avocado oil. And just a little bit of butter, because now I want to add the calories. So I want to say this is about maybe like a tablespoon worth of butter. Let's let that melt for a little bit. And this is where everything comes together quickly.
I said, by the way, I was like, F you to lactose intolerance today, because I'm like, I get to try John's food.
Ooh, I appreciate that sacrifice. I didn't even know. I didn't even think to ask you. I didn't ask you, are you allergic to shellfish? I just said, I'm making this. Are you gonna come through? All right, our butter is melted. I just put the pasta in, so now comes the fun part of seeing if we can time all this out. So in goes our peppers, and in goes our shallots. Now, some people like their peppers to still be kind of crispy. If that's the case, if you're like that,
I like that
I
crispy.
would put the onions in first, let those kind of caramelize, or the shallots in first, let those caramelize, and then add the peppers in.
No.
You can do it either way. There is no right or wrong. But again, still over a high heat. Man, that smells so damn amazing. Good God.
Oh, wow.
And so what we want to do is just let these all soften. And then we'll add in our other ingredients. We're going in with some jerk seasoning here. Use any jerk seasoning you want. I'm using Malcolm Reed's Jam and Jerk. I've used this for some of the barbecue recipes I've done before. Really, really good. And we're just going to hit our vegetables.
God damn.
Yep. with a good coating. We want to make sure we have that jerk in here.
Oh yeah, we season here.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, with the onions and the peppers, that just smells so good. You can already smell it.
Woo. And so now that everything's starting to soften and caramelize, we can add in our garlic. You always want to add in your garlic last when you're sauteing because garlic burns very, very easily. So I just minced up a couple cloves there. And you'll know the garlic's ready to go once you start smelling it. It becomes fragrant.
Yeah, it's real fragrant right now.
Again, this is still over just a high heat. Because again, I want just like a little bit of char. I want a little bit of everything on this. It just feels more jerk to me. And this garlic's only gonna take about 30 to 60 seconds, depending on the type of pan, the type of heat you're running. So we had all that fond at the bottom, all that little burned bits that everyone wants to wash out. We don't wash that out. We're going with a little chicken broth just to glaze the pan.
Oh.
And I want to say this is maybe...
I'm learning so much.
Maybe a cup's worth.
As I finish my drink.
Hey, that means you're ready for another. Or you can eat first and have another. There's a lot of...
It depends. How demonetized do you want this video?
Listen, I'm barely making money off this damn channel anyways right now. I can lose a video. For a good time, I can lose a video. So as I'm doing this, I'm scraping off the bottom, getting all that flavor. Everything that was on the bottom of this pan is flavor, and we want that incorporated in. And so I want to let this kind of evaporate for a little bit. I don't want to use the word reduce because we are going to put more liquids in there.
Oh.
All right, this is reduced enough. Again, that was like maybe like a minute or so. 2 cups or a pint of heavy whipping cream.
Heavy on the lactose intolerance. How did you miss that gene as a black person?
Oh no, it fucks me up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But no one's eating my ass, so that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just shit all day.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah, got some Parmesan cheese. Also, by the way, you could do a combination of cheeses. There's mozzarella Parmesan, there's Parmesan mozzarella cheddar. The choice is up to you. I'm just going to stick with Parmesan today because I want to keep the Italian roots a little more pure.
Parmesan is my favorite.
I love Parmesan. And normally I would grade it myself, but we've been drinking, so it's not happening today.
That's fair.
But remember, as I've always said on this channel, grading your own cheese yields a way better product. Even if you get like the cheapest cheese in the world, it's just going to melt better. It's going to just taste better. All those things. So again, still over the same kind of medium-high heat. I want this to thicken up, and so we're just going to chill.
Oh.
I've got 3 minutes left.
So not adding any baking soda to that, nothing to thicken?
We don't have to add any flour. I mean, you could
nice.
if you want to make it thicker. It just depends on the thickness that you want. Like when I did the butter earlier, I could have also added some flour and kind of started the process of making a roux. But this will just naturally get thicker. And also, like once we add this cheese, it's going to get even thicker.
Thick, yeah.
Like I still want it to be saucy.
Nice.
I don't want to make mac and cheese. So now we are going to add in, I'm going to start out with like half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Ultimately, I'm going to end up probably using a lot of this because I like Parmesan.
So cheesy.
So this is just going to help thicken this up. And from here, you can do a lot of things. Like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper. You can add more jerk seasoning if you want that to come through.
It's always good for some extra jerk.
Oh yeah. So we're going to do just that. Again, Malcolm's Jam and Jerk.
Damn. You know,
Get a little bit of that.
My family has a history of diabetes. I might as well, you know, it's my prophecy.
Hold down the legacy.
Yeah, have to.
Some fresh.
My ancestors will be proud.
As you get your foot chopped off.
No, not Kenta.
So that was just some salt and pepper, some more jerk seasoning just because we wanted it. And again, I'm definitely about to come back in with some more Parmesan. I'm actually going to use the entire container of it.
Oh yeah,
but I just
might as well.
I wanted to check first. And our pasta just finished, which is great.
Oh, it's nice and thick now.
Yep. And then that pasta is going to absorb a lot of this.
Pasta
Don't
water.
throw away all the pasta water. You want to save some. I'm just draining out enough so I can handle this. All right, so now we're just going to get our pasta in here.
Use that rest strength.
Yep. And if you have more Parmesan on hand, if you find yourself accidentally putting too much pasta water in there and it gets like super watery, you can thicken it up with that. And I'm using a rigatoni today just because I had it. I had it. You can use penne, you can use bow tie, you can use whatever you want. I just had it and I wanted to use it.
Yeah, there really is no difference. It's just shape.
But I do like this rigatoni because it has ridges on it, so it catches the sauce better.
Yeah, the ridges are the better ones, especially for condoms.
I got that ribbed pasta. Ultra sensitive.
For her pleasure.
So I want this to kind of just finish up in here just for a little bit. And then we're gonna throw some parsley in here. And the last thing we want to add in here, again, I wish I had some more Parmesan cheese. I would thicken this up a little bit more. Is our shrimp.
Oh yes.
Cannot forget the shrimp.
That Saison shrimp. That Old Bay. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
So you said this is called what?
Rasta pasta.
Rasta pasta. Yeah, this Rasta pasta looks good.
All right. We're in a good place. Let's plate this thing up, get some fun footage of it, and then eat it. All right, now comes the moment of truth, the taste test.
Oh yes, my favorite.
Dive on in. I did add a little bit more Parmesan cheese to it, just because I like it.
Mmm.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, that's good. It's like nice amount of spice, seasoning, cheese.
You don't have to be limited to shrimp. You can do this with chicken. You can do this with oxtail. You can do it with any protein. Or you can keep it vegetarian and leave the meats out. You'll just have to add the Walkers and the jerk seasoning to your vegetables a little bit more to really get those flavors to come through. Otherwise,
let me take a bit more.
Yeah, please, please. We have a lot left here. So that's Poor Choices Kitchen. Hey, we have a Patreon. The link is in the description. $1 a month is all we ask for. Helps pay for food and experiments like this in these here inflated times. And today, it's somewhere they can find you at.
You can find me at Tanea on all social platforms, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Not Twitch though, I'm Riri on Twitch. R-E-E, R-E-E.
Well, we're gonna eat and drink some more, so bye.
Bye.